Welcome to subramani.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about increasing the net worth while investing. What do I mean by saying this? See, when I invested in 1980 in HDFC Limited or in 1994 in HDFC Bank, I knew one thing, that I was doing these investments to increase my net worth, and the most efficient way to increase your net worth is to give your money to an entrepreneur who will increase it at a good clip, at a rate much better than what I can actually redeploy my money. So if I find that there is a very good entrepreneur who is able to create ROCE, return on capital employed, at a rate greater than say 13-14%, I should be very happy with that kind of an entrepreneur, because for me to deploy again at 13-14% is not very easy. So the best way for him to reward me is to not pay any dividends. I am repeating, not pay any dividends, because for those students of finance who remember the Modigliani-Miller theory, if a company is able to use its cash more efficiently, it should use it more efficiently. The day it feels that it cannot deploy the cash anywhere and it does not know how to use, it should start declaring dividend. Look at Berkshire Hathaway, doesn't declare any dividend. Now, today I have investments in companies like say Fortis Healthcare and Indigo, and I know that they need a lot of cash, because Fortis Healthcare needs to set up maybe another 30-40 more hospitals regularly, so they are not going to need cash. So when I buy these shares, I don't want dividend. I want them to just keep growing. What is the advantage in them not paying any dividend? One, dividends are inefficient, right? Today dividends are more inefficient because dividends attract, at least in my case, it will attract tax at 30% plus slab. So the company doesn't benefit at all by giving dividends, because take a minute and make an assumption that all your shareholders pay tax at 20% slab at least, or going forward, I mean, some people pay at 30%, and I'm sure promoters pay at 43%, which is a very inefficient thing. Don't pay any dividend. Let just the company use the money and grow it, as long as your ROCE, like I said, your ROCE is about 12%. So for a startup that may be difficult, but an Indigo or Fortis Healthcare should not be paying any dividend. Neither should HDFC Limited nor HDFC Bank be paying any dividend, because these are known entities. People know that the company uses the money very efficiently. They should use the money for growing, unless they decide that there is no growth happening. Now, growth is anyway happening even in HDFC Bank today, after 25-30 years of being in the as a public listed company. It is, I think, 26 years that the company has been listed. But it's a bank, so for the bank, cash is definitely raw material. So again, the aim of the person running the company should be to increase the net worth of the shareholders, not necessarily the cash flow. What happens if a shareholder needs cash? Very fine, he goes and sells some shares. If I have say 5,000 shares of HDFC Bank, I sell 10 shares every year, and that will put some cash in my hand. So why does the company have to decide how much cash I need? Because that cash gets wasted, especially in a country like India, because DRIP is not available. That is, the dividend reinvestment plan is not available, unlike in the US. So if I were a company like any company which is successful and running well and requiring cash, the best is to say, do you want dividends in cash or do you want dividends in equity shares? Believe me, 90% of us will opt for dividend in equity shares, because we do not need the cash. Our main income is there. When do I need the cash? I'll need the cash only after I retire, which means I have no earned income coming in at all. That is the time when I would prefer cash, that the dividend come to me. Even then, I might prefer dividends coming in only my account and my wife's account. I may still want growth. Till I reach a stage of maybe I'm 80 years of age or 85 years of age and my own dividends are not sufficient, then I might want dividends from my wife's account also. So then I will shift to dividends in cash. Sadly, these options are not available, but going forward, I'm sure it will be available. Some venture capitalists or some long-time money lenders might insist, banks might insist that you don't pay any dividend. And the way Berkshire Hathaway has created wealth, so have Indian companies. I mean, an HDFC has created wealth, HDFC Bank has created wealth, but no data is available saying how much would have been the return if the dividends from, say, HDFC, which has got a much longer track record, which I am talking of 30 years plus track record, if the dividends were reinvested in the shares itself, what would have been the return? All these companies have beaten Berkshire Hathaway, right? So increasing your net worth should be the aim, and ideally companies should be not declaring dividend, especially if they are efficient. Unfortunately, in India, balance sheets are not trustworthy. So when a company does not declare dividend, people think the numbers are a little fudged. So to beat that, companies declare and pay dividends. It is actually very, very tax inefficient. Thank you.